too strong. You guys, how are you here? Root of the Turk should be taking care of you. Sorry, your man's outside eating dirt. Dang it, brushing aside a Turk like that, like he was nothing. But you're not getting through me. Never forget the first time you ran into Emerald Weapon. And then you were afraid to go down there ever again. Hey, what are you numbskulls doing in here? Oh, I was wondering what all the ruckus was. Does this mean you're back with us, Captain? Have you heard the news? We're gonna fly this rocket into space, Captain. Huh? The heck you on about? They've loaded the rocket with a big old materia bomb. The plan's to crash it straight into that meteor. This rocket of ours is gonna save the planet. Man, I've never been so stoked. Hang on a second. No, shut it, you. I don't want to hear your crap. How's our girl looking? Alright, for the most part. There's just one problem. We want to set the rocket to autopilot and ram it into the meteor, but a vital system's gone down. A malfunction, huh? How's the repair going? Shara's working on it as we speak, but... You're kidding me. Bunch of babes in the woods. It'll be 100 years before she's finished. Forget about the autopilot. Captain Sid will handle this himself. Chop chop, start spreading the word. Understood, Captain, and good luck. Hey Sid, what the hell are you thinking? Did you forget what materia are? Each one's like a little library, packed with ancient knowledge and wisdom. We need to borrow that power in order to save the planet from Sephiroth. These Magnus materia are too important to lose. I thought you understood that. Sure, I understand it. I know how precious materia are, and I get where you're coming from, kid. But hear me out. When it comes to saving the world, I don't care how we do it. Hard science or magic little orbs, it don't make no difference to me. But if I gotta put my money on one, you'd best believe it's the former. Humans used to be stuck on the ground, but through the power of science, we've conquered the skies. And now, at long last, we're about to go to space. The way I see it, science is manpower. It's something we created and developed ourselves, and I got a hunch it'll end up saving the planet. Science is what helped put food on the table, what kept me going when times were tough. For Captain Sid, there ain't nothing greater. So quit worrying about what Shinra's up to. You can always be obsessing over them. You can't always be obsessing over them. I don't want to sit around later thinking, dang, I should have done something. But Sid... Just shut up. No buts. Now, if you'll excuse me, I got a job to do here. If you ain't gonna help the cook, get out of the kitchen. Huh? What was that? Palmer? You walking tub of mayo. What the hell have you done? I heard repairs were finished with the autopilot system, so I launched the ship. Shoot, that dumb Shara. What'd she pick today? Why'd she pick today to be so fast? Can't read. Dang it, I'm totally locked out. Ain't nothing I can do. Prepare for liftoff. What, no countdown? Talk about unceremonious. Yeah, and away you go. I think the speech was pretty good. Yo, Dan, thank you so much for the 34, man. And thank you, Livestream, for the gifted sub as well to Pain. And Silver, thank you for the 77 earlier. Appreciate you guys. 2 hours until the bonus subs start. I wish Sid had twice as much dialogue. Same. I finally made it. Outer space. Now, let's see what the course is set to. Yep, she's headed right for the meteor. Ain't there anything we can do? If this keeps up, we're all gonna... That sack of rolls didn't take no chances. He locked us out of the autopilot. There's no change in course. So this is it. Huh? How could you say that? A young buck like you shouldn't give in so easily. I didn't sign a suicide pact with no dang meteor. Here, take a look. This baby's got an escape pod for just an occasion. I've released the lock on the pod. We'll split right before the rocket hits the meteor. Yo, wait up a second. What about the Magnus materia? I ain't gonna stop you if you want to go get it. There's a ladder in the room next door. Should lead you right to it. You sure? I don't know. I know what I said a minute ago, but... maybe all I wanted was to ride this baby to outer space. So why don't y'all do whatever seems right? I won't interfere. So, I'm curious about... the original script of this. Yeah, I like how you changed it to, what did he say? He said, I know what I said a minute ago, but, in the same sentence. So in the original he says, I know what I said a minute ago, period, and then, but maybe all that I really wanted was to go to outer space. I'm pretty sure here he said, I know what I said a minute ago, but, ... maybe all I wanted, which makes way more sense, because when you read it in the original, it's like, Sid almost sounds like he's confused, like, like he's like, I know what I said a minute ago, but like here he's like, I know that a minute ago I just told you science is the answer, but maybe I just wanted to go to outer space. Like it makes a lot more sense the way you wrote it here. I somehow skipped the load trigger. You see that? That was weird. The Magnus materia. We finally found it. Should we listen to Sid's clues to see if they're different? It's locked up right now. We got to put the right passcode into the console. It won't open otherwise. This is a very classic... Did they screw up the translation, or was Sid always supposed to give you bad information? You know, it's always been like a big debate. Hey Cloud, you know how to use this thing? I'm going to ask you to enter the passcode one button at a time. Once you punch the whole thing in right, it'll unlock and that Magnus material will be yours. So what order am I supposed to push the buttons in? Beats me. Try fiddling around and see what that gets you. Sounds like you botched it. Better hurry up and guess the passcode before that firewall kicks in, because once it does, you can kiss your materia goodbye. I heard there's a special passcode only Shinra bigwigs know. That's probably what you got to enter here. I'll try and remember what it was. Meanwhile, keep guessing. The third button's cancel, I think. That's correct. Is a menu part of the combo? I'm pretty sure it isn't. That's also correct. Pretty sure the last button's menu, or was it cancel? Oh, it's cancel. I think the second button's something other than cancel. True. Remember, there's one button you gotta press twice. True. Alright. Good going, Cloud. It's unlocked. Guess my excellent advice saved the day. Alright, now let's hurry up and get out of here. Gah. Dang it, my leg's pinned. Sid. Shoot, it ain't budging. Don't worry about Captain Sid. Hurry up and go. This rocket's gonna be knee-deep in meteor. I can't just leave a comrade behind. This ain't no time for brotherly love. Get the heck out of here. Not before I've done what I can. Idiot, you're a grade A genuine numbskull. Tank number 8. That's the one that blew. It really was on the fritz. Shara, you were right all along. Looks like this is the end for Captain Sid. What a thing to say. Huh? Shara? I decided to tag along, and good thing. Someone's got to save you. You bonehead. Sorry. The escape pod's this way. Please hurry. We won't have long once I detach the pod. Hey, Sherry, you think this old piece of old junk will really work? It'll be fine. I've given it a thorough diagnostic. Then there's nothing to worry about. Thank you. So, like, Sid says that he's gonna do the autopilot. Like, he says, like, forget the autopilot. I'll do the ship. But then the autopilot works anyway. So, like, we really didn't even have to go. But I think he wanted to go, so that's why we went. And then he's like, oh, hold on. Man, it really happened. I made it to the stars. So long, Shinra number 26. So, like, he's also like, don't worry, guys, there's an escape pod. And then 2 seconds later, he's like, do you think this escape pod will actually work? Like, he really just wanted to go to space. There's no... He didn't have to be on the ship. He didn't know that we were going to be safe. He just made all that up because he really wanted to go to space. Which, I mean, checks out. Man had a dream. I hope they really tap into that in part 3, because, you know, right now, Sid seems way too nice and not really like himself. But hopefully in part 3, they really key in on, like, a man on a mission regardless of everyone else, and then when he finally gets what he wanted, he realizes what he really needed instead, you know? If he's not super hard focused on getting to space and kind of a jerk to everybody, then the realization he makes in space won't really have any impact. The reason that it's so great that he finally understands Shara is because he's such a jerk up to this point. Yeah, I'm curious what they do with that, because it could be really cool. See, my theory was that he's being nice now, but then as soon as we get to Rocket Town, he kind of like falls back into his old ways. Or like the PTSD of the town kind of like gets to him. But a lot of people are saying, like, nah, they ruined Sid. He's not going to be mean anymore. You know, so hopefully that's not the case. Or if it is the case, they do his character justice in some other way, but... Rufus's plan was a failure. Hate to admit it, but I was hoping it'd work. We've gotten their way at just about every turn. Not that we had any choice, mind. But it makes you wonder, could we have been wrong? It's hard not to worry. But we can't worry, we need to think. Give him a cigarette, a dynamite, and some profanity. The lady's right. You let yourself worry and there'll be no end to it. Things will just fall apart more and more till there's nothing left. Pretty optimistic coming from you. Been doing some soul searching? Sure have. Couldn't help it looking down at the planet from outer space. And then after we hit the ocean, bobbing around in that escape pod. I've been thinking too. Outer space, the planet, the ocean. Everything's so big and vast. It's like no matter where I go or what I do, there's no way it can make a difference. Maybe so. But old Sid came to a different conclusion. See, I always thought the planet was so huge, practically infinite, but looking down at it from space, I saw it was tiny. Just an itty-bitty orb spinning through the dark. It looked so lonely. And what's worse, it's sick. That son of a gun Sephiroth's burrowed himself inside. It's some kind of parasite. So you see, this planet's like a little kid sick and shivering in the vastness of space. And somebody's got to protect it. You see where I'm going? That somebody is us. That was kind of beautiful, Sid. Dang, Sid, you even got me misty-eyed. But don't stop now. Tell us your plan. How are we going to protect the planet from that meteor? I'm still figuring that out. Wishing alone won't get us anywhere. Frustrating, isn't it, Cloud? Kind of feels sad all of a sudden. Huh? Hey, we don't hear the... We're supposed to hear the planet. That noise. Do you guys hear that? There it goes. The cries of the other planets. Or maybe that meteors. Or is it our planets? Our planets. I'm sure of it. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if, like, it broke or something. But, like, you running around in the silence is actually removed. That's cool. I think I like... Yeah, I think I like the original better. But it is kind of funny walking around in silence. Hey, where do we even learn about these cries in the first place? Did you forget? It was Bugenhagen. He taught us all about it. Bugenhagen. Say, we should pay Gramps a visit. Come on, let's go to Cosmo Canyon. I'm sure he'll be able to teach us something useful. All right. I need to change characters at some point, but we're not fighting anything yet. Stop trying to break the review system. Look at how blue Sid is. Oh ho ho, if ever you require my knowledge, please do not hesitate to return. Actually, that's why we're here. Indeed, could it be you've lost your way? At such times we must turn your eyes from the path ahead and gaze deep within ourselves. It is there we can find that we've forgotten. Tongue twister. It is there we can find what we've forgotten, something lodged within the recesses of our hearts. You must locate that thing and remember it, for in all likelihood, it is the very answer you're searching for. Okay, but what if there's nothing to remember? There must be. Look deep inside your heart. Man, I can't remember anything. Cloud, let's get the others in on this. Have you found it yet? The thing you're looking for? Nah, nothing's coming to mind. Same here. If anything, I'm more lost than before. I remember Aerith. No, not remember. I never forgot. It's more like, how do I put it? Aerith, she never left. She's been right beside us all this time. She was so close, we couldn't even see her. The things she did, the words she left behind. Now that you mention it, I was thinking the same thing. Me too. Same here. She said she was the only one who could stop Sephiroth's meteor. But now she's gone. So that's it? We can't finish the job for her? Well, for one thing, we ain't ancients. What was she even trying to do, though? Why'd she run off on her own like that? That's it! What's it? It's like you said, Sid. We don't know what she was actually planning. What did Aerith know? Why didn't she run from Sephiroth when she had the chance? Sounds like it's time for a return visit. Ho ho ho, mind taking me along for the ride? Do you want to come too, Gramps? Why the tone of surprise? Even I like to stretch my legs and see the wider world now and then, though I admit it's been a while since I felt so keen an urge. It must be the planet calling out to you, Gramps. Ah, sure, the planet's calling out. Wait, what does he normally say there? He says, yeah, hoo boy, the planet calling, right. Ho ho ho, let's not delay then. Oh, Bugenhagen, one more thing. It's about the Magnus materia we're carrying around. Pretty delicate, you see. I was hoping we could find a safe place to... Oh ho ho, say no more. We can store them up in the observatory. Here, I'll show you how to work the device. Watch closely. You just pull this lever and... Yeah, I don't know why Sid is like that. Like, he's the one that brings it up. He's the one that's like, I wonder what Aerith was trying to do. Like, why did she run off? What was the point? And then they're like, the planet must be calling to you, Bugenhagen. And he's like, psh, yeah, right. The planet? The planet talking? Ho ho ho, so this is what you meant by Magnus materia. A rare breed indeed. There's a good chance special knowledge is harbored within. I do wonder if they're going to go, like, in the third game, if they're going to go really hard on, like, Sid being a science head and being, like, anti-Cosmo Canyon. You know what I mean? Because Cosmo Canyon is way more of a movement kind of, like, thing. Like, they try to make it very... what's the right word? What's the right way to put it? It's not exactly anti-science. We kind of went over this. We went over this during the Rebirth playthrough, but it's not anti-science. But it does have a bigger vibe of being its own thing, separate of science. You know what I mean? It contrasts more with the general public. In the original game, I always felt like Cosmo Canyon was more understandable by everyone. They just don't live there. But if you took someone in Calm and was like, hey, there's this place called Cosmo Canyon where they speak to the planet and stuff, that it doesn't feel like they'd be like, oh, those are a bunch of whack jobs, you know? Maybe in Midgar, but like in all the other places, it feels like everyone else is more down to earth. In Rebirth, it feels more culty and more like these are the people that get it and understand it, and everyone else in the world doesn't understand it, but we understand it. So I wonder if there's going to be more of this like debate or like back and forth or like hostility from Sid, who's going to be like, science is the way and these are a bunch of weirdos. And then there's going to be like a point where he comes around. I think they could play into that more. They don't really play into that at all here. Sid has like this defeated, like, you know, oh, you guys can think what you want. And then it never really like, there's never like a moment where he's like, oh my God, you guys were right. Or I need to change the way I feel or whatever. Like he just kind of, like after Rocket Town, Sid's done. So like we'd never really hear from him again. If he's in the party, he'll say some stuff, but I don't think it's ever like that important. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they kind of have a moment where Sid comes around to the idea, or even just the general public come around to the idea, or Shinra come around to the idea or something, you know. It doesn't even feel like the party really came around to Cosmo Canyon. They just kind of visited and had their own thoughts. And then, like, especially Yuffie was like, the whole time you're there, Yuffie's just like, there's a bunch of wackos. So maybe there'll be like a moment with Yuffie too. Luckily we get, I mean, unless they totally change it, we get this return visit. So maybe during this return visit, everyone like realizes the truth. Or maybe it's connected with like this and them going back to the city. But it'd be cool to get like a moment where the whole party is like all in on the planet. Because I don't think that really happens in the original. In the original, I think like Cloud, Tifa, Barrett, Red 13 go all in on the planet and its mission and Aerith's mission and everything else. And everyone else is just kind of there for the ride. They're like, yeah, whatever. We're here to save the planet. Whatever you guys say is going to do that. You know? Especially Sid. It's just kind of like, whatever. But that's kind of his character as well. So it's not like a bad thing, but I don't know. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to have like a... And also, it kind of fits with the compilation, because in On the Way to a Smile, Sid goes like all in on finding a new energy source that isn't Mako. That's what he does after the game. Like the first thing he does when Final Fantasy VII ends is he starts working on oil and trying to make oil a new resource to power all of the vehicles that have been left over, including the Highwind. And he changes... Does he change the Highwind to be oil powered, or does he create a new airship that's oil powered? I forget. At some point, he has an airship called the Shara, but I don't remember if it was like created from the Highwind or if it's a whole new ship. I don't remember. But it would fit better with the compilation too, if Sid kind of like came around during the game. Anyways. How's it going, pet friend? Is that Bahamut? Your Bahamut and Bahamut Arisen materia are glowing brightly. type 0. The blue materia was going to be how you get a master support materia originally. I wonder what it would have done. I always did think that, because like red gives you master summon, yellow gives you master command, green gives you master magic, and then like the blue is like randomly there, and they were like, well, it could give you Bahamut. But it always felt like it wasn't supposed to give you Bahamut, it was supposed to give you something else. But I don't know how master support would have worked. I think they just couldn't get it to work, and then they were just like, alright, just have it give you Bahamut. Oh ho ho, very well then, let us depart. I trust you remember how to operate the device downstairs. Feel free to come back whenever you wish to check on your materia. Oh ho ho, smells like machinery. Sorry Gramps, just bear with it a while. Oh, but I love this scent. Of course, I also love the smell of nature. Is that a deck I see? Very well, I shall bide my time up there. With exhaust in my nose and the wind on my scalp, I shall feel the workings of man and planet in equal measure. Goodbye for now. I never really thought about that line, but it's kind of an interesting line. Bugenhagen, the guy that's like all screw technology, love the planet, etc., is like, I love the smell of the high wind. I never really like made that connection in my head. I wonder if he would say that in part 3, because in the remake he's much more... I don't know if screw technology is the right term, because he has like technology in his thing, but yeah, no, it's more like, I don't know. I don't know how he really, like, he hates like Mako energy, obviously, but also he's, I don't know. He's kind of different in remake as well. In this game, he doesn't really say anything about being negative towards anybody. He's just happy-go-lucky Santa Claus in the original. Like, he never really says anything. In remake, he's a bit more, especially against the party. He's like kind of rude to the party and doesn't like the party at first, and then he comes around. In this one, he's just ho ho ho, like everywhere all the time. So he's quite a bit different. The land of the Wakas. Real quick, since this is a dialogue mod where dialogue actually matters, should we do Lucretia's Cave? We almost never do it, but in this one instance it would actually be different, so we should probably do it. And I need to switch up my equipment and stuff too. Let me go grab coffee real quick, and then we'll change our equipment, and then we'll go do the cave. That's better. Okay, so yeah. Watch out for the boy. Do I remember how to get to the cave? Pretty sure it's right here, right? No. It's, wait. it's here and then left, right? Huh? Okay, then I completely forget that. What? Why is there a bar up there? Thank you, Pepperin. Sorry, guys. This is my first time on Twitch.tv. Not sure how this streaming thing goes. I'm sorry. Trying to learn how to stream. Yeah, I'm hoping I either get a new capture card or I figure out how to use my current one for the PC, because that should fix the problem. Other than that, I've been really happy with this 2PC setup. Everything's been working perfect once I figured out everything. I don't know where I'm going. Left from the key. Bro, that's what I was going to go, and then everyone was like, no, it's on the other side. That's where I was going to go. This is what I get for listening to chat. You'd think after 100 months of streaming I would know not to listen to chat. Yeah, it's like there's a left cave. Instead of going to the right to the key, you go to the left, and it's right there, right? Over this little ledge. Yeah. That's what I get. That's what I get. Imagine listening to chat. Have we ever told you anything useful or remotely correct? I feel like you have, but you know, I really couldn't tell you. Park. I really couldn't tell you what it is, you know? I'm sure at some point it's happened. Alright, who we using? Say it's obviously Vincent time. Vincent Tifa, probably. Sephiroth. What? That voice, it can't be. Lucrezia? Vincent? Lucrezia, stay back! Or just chat GPT. Yeah, you're just chat GPT with extra steps. I say something, you guys throw it in the chat GPT and give me an answer. It's just one extra step to get the chat GPT. If she is happy, then I don't mind. Human experimentation, how could you? Both of us are scientists, we know what we're doing. Not long after, Lucrezia gave birth. The child's name was Sephiroth. Dies of cringe. I feel like this whole scene is going quicker because of the 60 FPS. I tell you what, Vincent really blew it. This body is the punishment I was given. I couldn't stop them. Professor Gast, Hojo, Lucrezia. All I could do was stand there and watch, and that sin is mine to bear. I mean, you could have done something. Lucrezia, you're alive. I wanted to disappear. I couldn't bear to be with everyone. I wanted to die, but the Genova cells inside me wouldn't allow it. I've been dreaming about him a lot lately, Sephiroth, my dear little boy. But you know, I never once held him after he was born. A mother incapable of holding her own child. Can you even call that a monster? You speak of your sin. That was mine. Lucrezia. No, don't come any closer. Vincent, tell me. Tell you what? Sephiroth, is he still alive? I heard he died 5 years ago, but I keep seeing him in my dreams. And I know he's like me. I know he can't just die that easily. So tell me, Vincent, that child, my dear Sephiroth. Sephiroth is dead, Lucrezia. I mean, that won't be a lie forever. It's only a lie now. He just has a lot of faith in our party that we'll succeed. That's true. I never really thought of it that way. Technically not a lie. Well, I guess it would have been better if he said, like, Sephiroth died 5 years ago, instead of saying he's dead. Because he's not dead. He is alive, kind of. It would have been a better lie to say, or not a lie to say he died 5 years ago. That's just the truth. He's dead in a certain point of view. Okay, what do we want to do with you two? I mean, you have the god hands, so I guess you're just cooking. Are you stronger than... But you're not stronger than Cloud. Vincent probably has a lot of magic. Alright, you can just be a tank, I guess. Oh my god, look at Vincent. What a beast. I'd rather use Tifa as my physical attacker, because she's Tifa. Yeah, you know what, why not? She's not going to be as good as Cloud, but it's Tifa, we gotta do it. Just doesn't feel right not using her. Just doesn't feel right. And you know, we do have the cursed ring. I could give her the Oversoul. I wonder what would be stronger. I think it would be close. with no other ailment. Like if I poisoned her or something, then it would be stronger, but with just death sentence, I don't think it would be stronger than the God Hand. Should I? And Ultimate's not even MP turboed. 175 magic. Oh my, yeah. I'm gonna give you the enhancer just because I need magnify heal.